Hello. I'm feeling slightly fragile. Had a big day on Thursday around Birmingham doing King's Heath and Moseley, and then last night we were up in Norton-on-Tees with Dad Loves Food and Dave Parker and a few of the other content creators. So we're not feeling the best, are we? No, but needs must. There are pubs to visit, towns to see, things to show you. So we've stopped in Goole, East Riding of Yorkshire, port town. Doesn't look too daunting a task, so we're hoping we can get through this, get to our hotel and just sleep. But we're starting on the outskirts like always, and first up is a Hungry Horse pub called the Viking. Big old Hungry Horse. We want some food, but I'm not a massive believer or fan of Hungry Horse's food, as any of you that have watched the videos before will know. So we're not going to eat in here. In fact, Holly's point blank refused to eat in here. So we're going to go and find some food somewhere else and try and feel vaguely human. Some real food, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. They are cheap and cheerful, aren't they? But not necessarily our favourites. So we're going to keep looking for some food. Stop number one, though, in for a beer, hopefully a hair of the dog beer, in the Viking. You know what, I said sometimes I am a little harsh on Hungry Horse. They do have their place. The food and stuff isn't too bad at all in most of them. It's just not quite but you get what you pay for with food. You know what, Hungry Horse wise, bar wise, they're always a decent bar space. Yeah, alright, it's Old Speckled Hen and Green King IPA on the hand pulls. There's enough choice on the taps and stuff, and the staff always tend to be really friendly, really nice guys in here. It's a decent size. It's got the separate bar to the dining, so you can eat in the bar so if you want to. But yeah, not a bad place to start. My kill or cure is after San Miguel. I'm hoping it's cure, but we'll see. Plenty of screens and stuff in the bar. Pool table behind me. So they've got the Portsmouth and Coventry game on one, and they've got Villa and Manchester City on another screen. So yeah, hospital then, Green King IPA. Loads of decent stuff on other taps. Pool table, decent size, decent space. Hungry Horse, stop one in the bag. It was actually a pretty good Hungry Horse, to be fair to it. So yeah, not a bad way to start. So we're doing the rest of the outskirts, obviously, before we get into the little town centre part. It's not a very big town centre either to do. So our next stop is a big, I suppose you'd call it sort of a housing area, sort of estate type pub called a Steam Packet. Set up here on a residential street. Nice quiet residential street, to be fair. And it's just one of those community pubs, isn't it? So this will be stop 2 for Goole, the Steam Packet. What you'd expect from a good little community local, like a social area, social pub type pub. Chap running the place, really friendly. No ales on, but fair little mix of stuff on tap. Pool table, TVs. Yeah, it's a community local. Yeah, it's kind of what you would expect with a pool table and things as well. Okay, yeah, so far so good. Stop number 3 then is the one that was most shouted out to us on the post. It's the micropub of Goole. I think it's the only micropub in Goole. It's called Tom Pudding. Yeah, I've been very much looking forward to doing this one. So yeah, we're down towards the town now. Everything now is pretty walkable from here, and yeah, there's not many to do. 8 or 9 more, I think. So Tom Pudding is stop 3, and it's a very sweet looking little micro pub just down this busy road full of like nail bars, phone shops, markets, charity shops, and other such hair studios, all sorts of things. I like all that. So Tom Pudding, stop 3 today. And yes, I'm making it over without getting run over, which is always good. We knew, didn't we? We knew obviously about this one. It's a great little micropub. There are some wonderful beers on, including a new brew called Lab in the Garage. Labradors. I love Labradors. And it's golden enough. It's very good. There's some good choices on it. Sanford Devon Red Cider, but there's also the Lab in the Garage one I've got. And I've also gone for half of the porter in here. So 2 beers. Great looking little micro pub. Nice as it busy early doors and stuff as well. Do some live music and things like that coming up and stuff as well. Top little stop off. Very impressed by the place altogether. In fact, so the pub is called Tom Pudding. So I've just had a lovely gentleman who's just explained to me what a Tom Pudding is, so I'm going to show you. These, on this picture, these are Tom Puddings. So they are full of coal. And this, the Tom Pudding, was the way of transporting the coal, basically, via a tugboat, as shown on the picture there, transporting the coal down to London. So that is where the pub takes its name from, a little scale, a little model of what a Tom Pudding is. It's got the crisps and things in. So that is where the name comes from. Honestly, don't say I never tell you anything, because I do. Thanks to this gentleman here, though. He's the one who said me. Tom Pudding's brilliant. Absolutely belting little micropub, that. Absolute worldy micropub. Very, very pleased by that. Right, the top of the town centre event now. It's not overly busy at all, thus far anyway. And next up is Spoons. Here it's called the City and County, which is a nice enough looking at a building, isn't it? So that is stop 4 of our day thus far. And we'll probably get some food in here because we're still hungry. So, City and County, stop 4. It's quite a nice Spoons, to be fair. Ale-wise, one from Mad Squirrel. I love Mad Squirrel. One from Salopian. I love Salopian. So top 2 from Selby, which is good, actually a really good beer. That Evolve from Mad Squirrel is good as well. I don't like them. They're not my cup of tea. But Carpet isn't bad, is it? And it's quite a grand, nice looking building, to be fair. This. So I wonder what it used to be. But it is. It's a nice looking Spoons again. They do have some absolute bangers, don't they? That's the rest of the beer choices and stuff. But yeah, whatever this room used to be, it's pretty grand. Ceiling's lovely. But how bizarre. Nice though. Good Spoons, really friendly staff. Can't really fault it, to be honest. But you come out of Spoons, and it's not far to our next port of call, which is called the Old George. There's your right price. So, back door at Wetherspoons, the Old George, just there. They're on the by Goole Market Hall, and this is obviously the central hub part of Goole, and we are heading over here to get out of the wind, because it's very windy today, for the Old George as stop 5 of the day. There's your right price. So, back door at Wetherspoons, the Old George, just there. They're on the by Goole Market Hall, and this is obviously the central hub part of Goole, and we are heading over here to get out of the wind, because it's very windy today, for the Old George as stop 5 of the day. I've been out yesterday on a Mad Friday up in Norton, and everywhere was so packed you couldn't get to a bar, you couldn't move, couldn't do anything. It's a refreshing change of pace for it to be a little bit more laid back and a little bit quieter today, at least. So I've actually got time to breathe, think, and film, which is always good. Yeah, and then nice little pub this. So, Old Moot Cruise Campo, John Smith Foster's, and no Guinness shortage in this one because got a proper Murphy's Irish Stout pump. Don't see them on their own very often anymore, which I like. Good jukebox. Pool table. It's nice to be a little bit more laid back today after fighting through everywhere yesterday. Walk straight out of the Old George and turn right and walk for, I don't know, 10 yards maybe, and you will get to our 6th stop of the day, which is called the Mulberry. This is a beautiful looking old stone fronted pub building. It's very quiet today, but I said, with Mad Friday yesterday, I think loads of people did yesterday quite hard, so I don't know whether tonight will get any busier for places or not, but I'm enjoying the little subdued, laid-back feel, and I'm very impressed by the external aesthetics of this one. You know, I love a stone-fronted pub. So the Mulberry, stop 6 of Goole so far. Yeah, it's another big locals pub. It's actually really big. There's just like rooms. Every direction you can look off the bar, there's yet another room. It's got a pool table, it's got plenty of TVs. Beer-wise, it's not up to much. There's no ales on. It's a very bog standard beer selection. But again, it's a nice. Everyone around is really friendly. It's something you can't complain about. Yeah, it's said there's rooms over that size room, that size, TVs and stuff. Some nice leather seating and bits. It's a decent pub. As darkness sets upon us, wandering through the streets in the dark, which is becoming a regular occurrence. I hate winter. I can't wait for summer to come back, to be honest. But next one down again, we haven't walked far, It's probably less than 100 yards anyway, and the next one is called the Counting House, which is very grand looking. Got those big flags like an old hotel on the outside, but it is aesthetically again a very nice looking pub building. So that is stop 6 of the day, I think, maybe 7, I don't know. Honestly, it's been a long weekend. So Counting House is up next anyway. This one's a bit busier, got a bit more life and soul in it. Again, no ales. It's obviously a thing at this end of the town that ales is only going to be, apart from the Tom Pudding, only going to be Wetherspoons really. But some decent tap stuff on. There's Cruise Campo, Core, Strombo, but Brixton, low voltage for me, which I'm happy with. Plenty of screens. And yeah, a bit of a busier boozer. This one looks to me like it was probably an old bank as well, with the big ceilings and things like that. But yeah, it's quite a nice pub actually, this. I did have a count, so that was 7. This is stop 8, just down the bottom of that road. This one looks quite old school. Yeah, it looks a proper old school, end of the road sort of a boozer. There's another one just on the end called the Royal Hotel. Apparently that's a nightclub these days. From the outside, you certainly wouldn't necessarily look at the Royal Hotel and think nightclub, but apparently it is. So that one won't be open until later. We definitely will not be around doing this later, so we won't get that done. But if it's a nightclub and not really a pub anyway, yeah, it's not the end of the world. But this is the one that we're doing, and the Macintosh Arms, see what I mean? Looks pretty old school, decent, yeah, decent enough. I like these old school boosters that have not really had much done to them over the years. So this is stop 8 of our day thus far. Macintosh Arms. This place is proper old school. I love everything about it. But they've got no ales on them. They have got some camera awards, old camera awards up on the wall. So obviously used to be an ale pub, and now they obviously didn't get the train. They've taken them off, which is a bit of a shame. But everything else about this is absolutely magnificent. It's bigger than it looks as well from the outside. Just a great old school feeling pub. This is just the little back room where we are. But yeah, look at it. What a great looking place. I think it's so great. Even the trinkets, the old pump clips. So you can see that they obviously were an ale pub for a long time. There's some absolutely brilliant pump clips and stuff up there. But no ale these days anymore, which is a real shame. Look at some of the classics they've got up there. A 4-minute walk back round the edge of the town centre bit itself then. And our next port of call is called the Peacock, which is this white building just here, apparently. Let me get across here. So the Peacock is our 9th stop of the day. And there's only another couple for us to do, I think, and then we will have pretty much ticked off Goole for you. So, Peacock up next. Decent sized pub. It feels like a sports bar type thing. There are 3 dartboards and 2 pool tables, as well as plenty of big screens for all the sports. It's currently a Crystal Palace Arsenal game on the TV. Lads playing darts, L-shaped pub, but yeah, decent. Again, no ales. It seems as though Goole, aside from the Tom Pudding and the ones you've got in Wetherspoon, is definitely not really an ale town, which I find strange for a little sort of Yorkshire town. There's plenty of choice on the tap front. 2 pool tables, like I said, and 3 dartboards. Lads playing darts and stuff down there. Yeah, really good mix of stuff on the taps. But I am finding it odd that there are very few ales around. Right, so the final one on this sort of side where the town is the Victoria Hotel. Google has this down as temporary closed. Someone said to us earlier. Yeah, it opens sometimes, or it might have just reopened, or just, I don't really know. Nobody seems to know the backstory of it. But the good news is, it definitely looks open now. There are lights on, and there definitely appear to be TVs on and people inside. So the Victoria Hotel is the final one of the sort of this side of it. Then we've got across the water, and I think there's one more for us to do over there. But that most definitely looks like a functioning business and a functioning pub to me, the Victoria Hotel. So that, I don't know, it's top 10. Yeah, 10. That is 10 for Goole. Goole's a nice little place, and I'm surprised still by the lack of ales in a lot of places, but everyone's friendly. It's a nice little place, and we've had a fun day despite our hangovers. So, Victoria Hotel up next. Having just said what I said about the lack of ales anywhere, we come in here and there are 2 ales on. It's Green King Rockin' Rudolph is one of them, so I wouldn't touch that. But I found one, Dark Horse Brewery, blonde. It's actually pretty nice, this. Skipton-based Dark Horse Brewery. Again, not familiar with them. I was trying to do some research, find out a little bit more about them. Funky looking little bar, this, to be fair. It's definitely an old historic place, but it's nice. Old historic feel to it, to be honest. I like it. Yeah. I'm glad this is open, and when we thought it perhaps wasn't. I like the wood on the panels. Right, we'd having avoided the rain and stuff for most of today. It's now hailing and cold and miserable, and we've wandered down. This is going to be the final stop of the night. I've no idea how you say it. It's called the Vermuyden, I think. Vermuyden, something like that. That's what it looks like anyway. It's right down here by the port, over the bridge and stuff, down way away from the centre. Final stop of the night, Vermuyden. No Goblin, no Atlantic. Something else down there with a sticker over it. But old school boozer. Cash only. Oh, it's a cool layout. But they're not trying very hard with the beers. But boxing, Tyson Fury's fight is coming up later tonight with Usyk. So by the time you watch this, we'll know if he won or not. But yeah, it's a nice layout. It's a nice looking pub. They're just not trying very hard with the beers. No ales on in this one. Half of the products that are on the taps are run out as well. So that is the rest of the layout. And a pool table right in the oven. That's that. So that was Goole. Thanks for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed the video. We will see you. We won't see you now before Christmas. No, I will. I've got a special Christmas Nottingham trip coming out where I'm going to try and break my record for the most pubs in one day. We shall see. See if I do it. Catch you very soon. Thanks for watching. Love you. Really appreciate it.